I'll take a double triple boxy deluxe on a raft, 4x4 animal style. Extra shingles with a shimmy and a squeeze. Light axle grease, make it cry. Burn it and let it swim.
Coco, I'm gonna need that towel.
Just kidding. The real Morgan. Well, hello, my fellow nerds. Let's jump into this level, Dragon's Power. We're going to be fighting this dragon boss. I know it. That means that I'm going to be wanting to pack along my big suitcase filled with bone flingers. Maybe a little bit of blazing gem action. Highest DPS ever. Can't get enough of it. And a good hero. This time we're using our lava dragon, Merglin. Because we've learned our lesson by now. If there's golems, we're going to need some area insta-kill. We're going to need some fire-dripping high DPS to just float above everything and melt it. And for all the swarms, we got our lava pools. Merglin really frickin' just kind of has it all. Well, besides Ice Cult, who's like twice as good. But that's besides the point. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is the 3rd level in the new Kingdom Rush Vengeance update, December 9th, 2021. That's going to age very well, I can presume. Anyways, these levels have been really fun so far. They kind of feel like the frog levels the first time you played it. They're not quite as difficult as the first frog level, Magnesia Shores, because that one's really hard. Hardest level in the game. I said it before, I'll say it again. But this is the 3rd level, and we have a boss fight that we have no idea what the boss is going to be like. I'm hoping that I can use Merglin's hero spell, because you can do that against the first boss in this game, the first campaign boss, the big robot Dwarf King. And each one of the meteor hits does a considerable amount of damage. So I'm hoping I can use that, maybe fly over the hero if he's slow. I'm assuming this is going to be just like the Kraken fight. Maybe he'll have some tentacles or some long tail, and he'll wrap around some towers and disable them. Not really sure. Hopefully, though, hopefully it'll be fun. But I'm not messing around on this level, guys. You saw me bend the knee and use a ton of items in the last 2 levels. On Impossible, yeah, a blind take on each one, which was genuine failings and just me struggling through it. But now that I understand the levels a bit better, I'm realizing that they're not messing around. I think the devs were like, you know what, we're not going to make this easy or slow-paced for these. Now, there's a couple waves here and there on the level before this one, the city, river, whatever it's called. The tall one with lots of rivers, paths, and you can't see them all at once. That one's a little slow at times, and then it just gets really fast with those freaking fire-hating, water-loving dogs. The dogs that heal in the water. Those guys suck! Anyways, we're using Bone Flingers. Probably the best archer in the world ever. Going on record. I'm committing to it. Bone Flingers are the best, man. Best DPS. Skeletons are ridiculous. You get a golem. They're freaking insane. They're broken. They affect the entire level. Look at this. Look at them take care of that swarm of footmen. Ridiculous. We're cruising through this. Wave 7 out of 15. 20 hearts. Bone Flingers, I always place them in the back of the level. That seems to work the best. Now, we have some of those invincible dragon things looking here. I'm trying to figure out, with this footage in front of me, how those guys operate. I know that you have to kill them in some sort of order, otherwise they're impenetrable. And looking back on this level, with how much barracks are really good in this campaign, in my opinion at least, or especially the Shaolin Temple, I should have used it more because it just slows down everything. And when things get clumped together and slowed down, they can be hit with the bones that much longer or with artillery. But I'm just going with the 2 best towers in this game. They probably are the 2 best towers in this game. Bone Flingers and Blazing Gem. Blazing Gem for the Golem. Look at that. Watch the Golem melt. Now, there's a spot down there on the bottom left that's pretty close to where the boss is. The Blazing Gem has a very limited range, as you know, but it's so freaking strong. It can do like 200 HP or even more than that. I don't know. Maybe up to 300 HP with Merglin flying by it and boosting the tower's damage. And so I'm really hoping that I can just melt that thing. So I'm building a lot of my Blazing Gem towers along the river so that they can melt the dragon. That ends up paying off, spoiler alert, but of course, the Blazing Gem can just melt any boss in the frickin' series. It's the best boss killing thing in the world. It is the highest single target DPS of anything ever created. I do end up using an item there. I'm not quite sure why, but it was really fun, so that's okay. We're on Impossible after all, and we have no idea what's coming. Now, there's a lot of water that you're going to want to try to avoid. It's not that big of a deal when those little gremlin, the Mogwai guys that duplicate when they get in it, because they're so weak, they only have like 50-ish HP. The bigger deal is those darn dogs. Those dogs, when they get in the water, their HP just shoots the roof. I think they recover like 50 to 100 HP per second, so they're basically just invincible. And sometimes with your barracks or with your skeletons, as you can see during some of this footage, you accidentally get those dogs that are invincible in the water stuck in the water because they're fighting your skeleton or your barrack unit or something, which is really, really counterproductive, because then you're worried about those 4 dogs in the back of your defense about to exit through your pathetic Tesla coils that fire once every like 3 minutes and do like 80 damage when they do. So useless. So you guys know what I'm saying, right? You can't let them get trapped in the water. But at this point, we've made it through this level. Merglin's passive ability is incredible. It's my favorite out of the entire series, even more than gold. Yes, acquiring extra gold with Captain Blackthorn is so satisfying. You get so much of it. Barra said you can do it, but he barely acquires any, so it kind of sucks. You get a little bit of extra with the Shaolin Temple in this game, but it's just nothing. It's nothing compared to the passive ability of Merglin, who can boost like 4 towers if you place them carefully, up to what, 20-30% their DPS. And look at that purple beam. Blazing Gem has that very, very satisfying, extremely powerful purple beam. Very, very strong. Ooh. Ooh, what's this? Look at that. That dog is stuck in the water and I can't kill him. Took you long enough. Alright, we got our little cutscene here. This guy's gonna fight me. He keeps shooting out these water, ice-looking blobs. I don't know what those do. Can somebody tell me in the comments what they do? So I fly Merglin above, and then I build a Blazing Gem. Merglin is up there to drip fire on the boss. It's working pretty darn well. I try to use Merglin's hero spell, the insta-kill meteor thing, because it would theoretically do a couple hundred damage per meteor hit, but it won't let me drop it on the boss, which is frustrating. So I just build a Blazing Gem there. Look at this. Look at the gem just melting that guy. Merglin on top, gem beneath, purple, green stuff. Oh, it's so good. We melted him. That was Impossible. Thanks for watching, guys. I really like this mini campaign. But Trevor, what is your honest opinion of the new tower and the new hero? Well, the new hero seems like he's basically pure support, and I think he's kind of a letdown. Most of the flying heroes in the games are really good, and he's just not that great. But he does fill a unique niche, so we'll see when I do a challenge video. Shaolin Temple, though, I really like it. Well balanced. Nice.